Hey guys, and welcome to an episode of BWFC, the Banpresto World Figure Colosseum. I'm Mikey, joined by Vampy, and we're going to be hosting you through this series.
You love Dragon Ball Z. You love One Piece. Well, Banpresto wanted to do something special for you, the fans, and have you meet 12 of the artists to perhaps learn a few of the secrets on how they make their figures.
12 artists from Japan, Brazil, Canada, China, Malaysia, and the United States are going to be competing for the grand prize of $10,000 and bragging rights. But let's not forget, there's also going to be a fan award of $3,000, which will buy you a lot of pizza.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be looking at a sculptor from Japan named UROTA.
UROTA actually has a very interesting personal style in figures. He actually likes Hellboy. And he really likes this artist called Rockin' Jelly Bean. Rockin' Jelly Bean actually is a very notorious pinup artist in Japan. And the styles are very different from what he's actually sculpting.
I was just going to say, he's sculpting Shanks, and here we are talking about really hypersexualized pinup artists. So
yes.
I don't know where this is going in terms of his sculpt, but you
yeah.
know what? I look forward to finding out. So let's go ahead and take this episode to Japan.
ちっちゃい時から200円のプラモデルのガムが入ってるおもちゃみたいなのがあったんですけど、ああいうのを説明書を見て字は読めない時から作ってたみたいなことを聞きますけど、そういうのが好きだったとは思います。中学ぐらいからやっぱアニメだいぶ見るようになってたかもしれないですね。当時エヴァンゲリオンがちょうどやってたので、確か同い年だったんですよ、シンジ君と。大学行ってやっぱ最初はちょっと工学系のプロダクトみたいなことをやりたいなぐらいにちょっと思ってたんですけど、でも周りにやっぱ友達そういう趣味が近いやつらが増えていくと、なんかフィギュア作るのちょっとかっこいいなみたいになってきちゃって、で調べたら原型師って人いるんだっていうのが分かって調べてて、そしたらちょうど大学のエレベーターのところに原型師のバイトの募集の広告があって、でそこの会社にバイトに行ったのがきっかけなんですけど、でその募集出してたのが今回出てる山下さんだったらしくて、ムサビの先輩なんですけど、なんかそういうつながりもちょっと今思えばすごいなんか運がいいなとは思いますね。大学の2年の後半ぐらいから卒業までだったと思います。やっぱフィギュア集めた時のきっかけがちょっと日本のメーカーさんであって、そこの原型をその会社がやってるっていうふうに書いてあったので、いつかそこにちょっと行きたいなっていうのちょっとあって、でもいきなりやらされたって言っちゃったんですけど、やってみないって言われたので、ちょっとそうですね、バンダイさんのちょっとドラゴンボールの案件をちょっと携わらせてもらって、もうわからないながら本当にそれこそ山下さんに教えてもらって、でその時に2キャラいるんですけど、1個はちょっと僕間に合わなかったので山下さんが半分手伝ってもらったりっていう、やっぱフリーになって初めて思いましたね。やっぱり会社の中でやってるうちは、僕の感覚ですけどね、やっぱ自分一人の力ではやっぱないので、今外に出て一人でやっぱ1から10までやらなきゃいけないっていう状況になってみて、ちょっと原型師としてやれるようになったのかなっていう気はしました。でもいいきっかけだったなと本当思います。今もその前にお世話になってたところの先輩というか上司の方とたまに会うんですけど、その方たちも毎回見てるよとか、どんどん上手くなってるって言ってくれるし、やっぱそういう風に言ってもらえるとどんどん自信ついてくるんで、やっぱあの時出てるのも全然良かったなと思いましたね。 山口さんとかもうすごい細かいところまでもう作れるんですよ。僕にはできないんですよ。あれやっぱり逆にすごい、本当にすごいというか、あそこまで細かくリアリティを追求しつつキャラクターのイメージをちゃんと損なわずまとめるっていうのは結構すごいことだと思ってます。最初のゾウティオのバギーはすっごい楽しかったし、自分の中で意外だったんですけど、結構いい評判を聞いたので、なんか自分がやりたいと思ったことを形にしてみてもなんか意外とこうちゃんと評価していただけるんだったらよかったなと思って、そのデザインから自分でやらせていただいてっていうところだったので、やっぱ自由度が高い案件だったので、それで自分で考えたものを一体化して、で評価もしていただいたのがすごいやっぱ良かったので、転換期じゃないですけど、なんかもっとやってみたいなと思いましたね。マルコ、前回ちょっと作らせてもらった時も、炎の表現っていうのを大体フィギュアはクリアパーツでやるんですけど、アニメーションって全部こうベタ塗りなんですけど、そのベタ塗りで表現できないかなってちょっと思って、立体でそういうちょっと一個何か挑戦みたいなちょっと新しい面白い表現ないかなっていうのは毎回考えて、それとキャラクターが合うかっていうのをどんどん考えていく感じです。やっぱりちょっとまず今回に関してはとにかく出してないキャラクターにはしようと思ってて、でそこから考えていくとちょっと作ってみたいキャラクターがまずいくつかあって、でそこから自分のアレンジできることとかちょっとかっこいいと思うものに寄せれるなっていうのがちょっとシャンクスというキャラクターだったっていうことですかね。ちょっとシャンクスは漫画読んでると分かるんですけど、圧倒的ななんかこうちょっと王様感というか、それがちょっと伏線な気が僕はちょっとしててとか、いろいろ考えていくとなんかこう圧倒的に強い王様もそれこそ海賊王みたいな雰囲気を醸し出したフィギュアがちょっとかっこいいなって思ってて、そのキャラクターの雰囲気をちょっと出せればいいなと思ってますね、今回は。最強無敵っていうなんかシャンクスらしさみたいなところですよね。やっぱりその顔はまず絶対にしなきゃいけないんですけど、顔はやっぱ絵によって印象がちょっと違ったりするんですよ。最強っていうイメージを出せるところはどこなのかなって考えると、やっぱりこの表情かなっていうのをやっぱ決めていたので、やっぱ顔からちょっと作っていきましたね今回。シャンクス自体がまだあまり劇中でこう派手な動きをしてないので、そこにちょっとやっぱそういうのもあって自分の中でない表現をしたくなくて、だシャンクスだったらこう合いそうだなっていうイメージをちょっと考えてみて、その頂上決戦っていうのがあるんですけど、そこでちょっと出てきてその場を収めるんですけど、その時にやっぱりみんなが一目置くというか、もうシャンクス出てきちゃったからもうやめだっていうなる雰囲気があるんですよ。その雰囲気が作りたかったっていう圧倒的な。だからそれを出すには普通に立ってるっていうよりはちょっとちょっと歩きながら誰かになんか話しかけてそうな雰囲気なんですけど、マントでちょっと壮年さというかなんかこう迫力みたいなのがちょっと感じられればなと思います。海外の方のフィギュアでちょっと今回楽しみなのは、リアリティが絶対入ってくると思うんですよ、僕らがイメージしてる以上のものが。そこでいかにこうキャラクターらしさをちゃんと再現してくるかっていうのが混ざったものが出てきたらすごいそれはいいものになってると思うんで、本当に楽しみだしちょっと脅威でもあるなっていう感じですね。僕本当に大丈夫なのかなって思ってます去年も優勝させていただいたりしましたけど、やっぱり細かいところで自分の中ではまだまだ反省点本当いっぱいあるし、 本当勉強中の身なので、そんな中アレンジも込みでやっていいっていうこの自由を与えていただいてるっていうのは本当に恐縮というか、なんか、心配もありますけど楽しみもありますので楽しめればなと思いますけど、ファンの1位っていうのはキャラクター人気も絶対入るので、それは別にダメじゃなくて、それはそれでもちろん大事なことだと思うんですけど、そういうちゃんとした関係者の方たち、プロの方たちが評価してくれるっていうのはその仕事としての価値を評価してくれてると思うんで、やっぱちょっとこだわりますね。そこは気になっちゃいますねそれで優勝できたら本当に自信つくと思います。海外の方たちももちろん楽しみですし脅威なんで、そこに負けないように精一杯頑張ります日本の人たちはみんな先輩なんで胸を借りるつもりでいきますけど、やっぱりせっかくなんで優勝を目指して戦わせていただきます。2連覇目指します。
Wow, guys, that figure just looks amazing.
The meticulous nature in his sculpting, in the hair even, and the eye to nose ratio that he used, it was just so amazing to see that he really knew the character, wanted to make it super accurate, and the dominance. Did you feel that? Like he wanted to encapsulate that in his figure?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting you mentioned the face because he does talk about that in his interview as well, how he actually started sculpting this figure from the face. And that's a very interesting point because it's almost as though he's suggesting the face kind of defines how the rest of the figure is going to be sculpted and evolve. And the dominance was another interesting thing. I think the cape really sold that dominance.
Oh yeah, and definitely like he spent so much time sculpting the cape, the hair, the everything. He's just so he's about perfection, I think. And the manga pages that were hanging from his walls, I think it was his walls and his table, really shows that he's a true fan.
That's a very interesting point because those manga pages I recognized was the scene from Marineford.
Yes.
And it's this, spoiler alert, epic battle between Whitebeard and the Marines, and it gets really out of hand, and Shanks just sort of walks up to the scene and calms the whole situation down. Both sides stop fighting, and I think that cape, the way he sculpted it, the way it flows, really embodies that in so many ways.
It embodies the character and what he wanted to show.
Right.
So yeah, I really can't wait to see more.
Awesome.
Our next artist is Steven Anderson from Salt Lake City, Utah. He's an instructor, and he also uses, as his main medium, 3D sculpting.
That is very interesting because I think a lot of Japanese artists have more traditional means with a chisel and sculpting knife.
Right.
So to see how that fares up against Maya and other 3D ZBrush mediums is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Let's see what this teacher can teach us.
I was little, I really liked to draw. My mom really liked to draw too. And one day I saw her sketching Barbara Walters while she was watching her on TV. I thought that was pretty impressive. So I sat down, I sketched my mom, and I just remember being really proud of getting that scrunchie just right. I started modeling, 3D modeling and sculpting probably about 2006. It's been a little more than a decade. I started with some clay and whatnot, and as I had more access to digital means, that's when I went ahead and started moving into 3D programs like Maya or ZBrush. So. I'm an instructor at Broadview Entertainment Arts University in Salt Lake City, Utah. I teach a range of subjects, going from character design to Photoshop or After Effects, and all the way up through ZBrush and sculpting and toy design. And I have a lot of fun doing that. There's a lot of crossover between my professional experience and in my personal work, or even with Banpresto competition with the World Figure Colosseum. It's been fun to be able to go through and use that experience that I have professionally and be able to take it and throw it into what it is that I'm developing with the Banpresto competition. I feel my greatest strength as an artist is the passion. I feel like it's something that I love so much. That really drives me. But I feel like that passion is greatly enabled because I have a supportive family. And I feel like that is probably my greatest enabling factor. One of the things that I really enjoy about creating, especially sculpting, is seeing something go either from just an idea or from a sketch on paper to something that's tangible, something that you can turn around in 3D space and see it from different angles. Especially once I 3D print it, where I can hold that in my hands. The reason I chose to create Mihawk, I feel like he's got something cool about him. I love his coat and hat combo and his boots, and there's something interesting about this massive sword that he carries around. He's got some pretty cool, serious cool factor. One of the things that I find interesting is that as I go through and try to develop things like the facial expression or the pose, I have to figure out, even by posing myself, or, like, figuring out my face, trying to figure out what that would look like by how it feels. I feel like that sort of thing is how I've best been able to connect with the character Mihawk, because our personalities are polarizedly, super different, completely different on every end of the scale. When I start sketching out a project, one of the things that I do is I usually just dive into my sketchbook, pencil and paper, all pencil and paper, tradition it up. But it's a fun way, a flexible way to be able to kind of develop things and develop things quickly. With the Mihawk creation, I went through and really just started doodling it out in 3D and digitally in the computer. I didn't find much of a need to doodle it out in clay first. Mostly because the clay wouldn't be, or the clay, at least in my process, wasn't going to be reusable. It was really just going to be used time for, with a tight deadline. You got to figure out kind of a quick way to be able to go about and get your result quickly. All in all, from beginning to end, developing it, creating it, painting it, everything is going to take roughly 4 months. The idea that I had behind creating the pose for the Mihawk sculpt was that I wanted him to feel like he was going into action, that he was going into battle. I wanted him to feel powerful, but I wanted him to feel swift. And so I tried to think about how his lean would help him feel like he's moving forward, how he feels like he's ready to strike, and how he's holding that sword in a way to be able to really strike a blow. I feel that my take on Mihawk does have a little bit of my stylistic preference to the face. I tried to keep it as close to traditional as I felt I could get away with. You get to the point where you feel like it's solid. You just get a feeling that it's solid. And I feel like once that feeling is reached, then you feel like you're able to turn it in and it's good. And so with Mihawk, when I got to that point, it was really after I felt like I had gotten the folds in the pants to feel correct. That was kind of more of a challenge to me than I feel even the coat was. Or the sword. The sword was fun, by the way. That was really great. But the pants, getting the pants to feel right, that was a challenge. I feel Steven style brings an element of elevation to design, and I like to bring that aesthetic into things. I feel the Steven Mihawk is a great contender, is a great winner. I bring my own aesthetic into it instead of relying solely on the original design. I try to push it in a more appealing direction, into something that I feel is more solid. I did a pretty mean dance when I finished that character. I danced all around my basement, no, I'm just kidding, don't make me do it. Well, to know that the World Figure Colosseum has been running for as long as it has, and to see that it's become so established. They always look for some top artists. They want really good competition, really good products created through this competition. For me to have been selected as one of those artists, that to me kind of adds validity to what it is that I'm trying to become as an artist, as a sculptor. I feel an outcome of bringing the Banpresto World Figure Colosseum to the New York Comic Con. I feel like that expands the entire competition. It brings awareness, it really just escalates the whole thing on so many levels that, it'll probably bring even heavier competition. It'll probably bring greater results. It'll probably do all sorts of really great positive things for Banpresto. It's a great honor to be able to represent little Salt Lake City, Utah, the United States, connecting with the artists from this competition. It's fun. There's a camaraderie inside of the realm of a competition, regardless of how competitive it is. Mihawk's coming for you guys, so watch out.
Oh man, that was a really cool way Anderson was actually making Mihawk. He was looking directly in the mirror and checking out his own expressions, and you can totally see that Mihawk have a lot of Anderson in it, and that was really cool. And also, I like that they both use two different mediums, which are two great mediums.
Polar opposites.
Polar
right?
opposites, like one's a sculptor and one's a 3D modeler.
Right.
And I'm sure they both sculpt and they both do things, but I mean, primarily he's doing 3D for this piece, for this Mihawk piece. So that was really cool to see.
That was, and I wonder if that's going to be a recurring trend throughout this series, and what the implications are, what the advantages or disadvantages are.
You know
going
what,
to be.
Mikey? Who would win in a battle? Okay, let's say Mihawk versus, Shanks. Who would win?
Yes, I think that's a pretty cool comparison.
Yeah.
Two epic swordsmen from the world of One Piece.
Exactly.
In the Colosseum. Why don't we leave it to the audience? You know what?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah, what do you guys think? Is it Shanks or Mihawk? Who would win?
Yes, go to the Banpresto Figure Colosseum, Instagram, Twitter, and let us know your thoughts. And on that note, Vampy, what can we expect in the next episode?
Well, all I have to say, and all I'm going to say, is Dragon Ball. So let's leave it at that.
All right, stay tuned, guys, and thanks for watching.